Hello, today we are deploying Nautobot into control plane. Nautobot is a modernized fork of Netbox used as a source of truth for network and infrastructure management. And control plane is a streamlined multi-cloud platform, which makes it very easy to deploy your apps into the cloud. We'll go ahead and run the command to install or update the control plane CLI, CPLN. And there will be a link to these files in the description of this video. Right, after that, you can run the commands to configure your CPLN instance with your organization's default. Let's go ahead and deploy the ancillary services, which are Postgres and Redis. And just replace that variable with your actual GVC name. I've got a GVC called demo in our org. And just to show you, it is empty, no workloads, no volume sets. GVC is called demo. Okay, so we're going to apply the manifest for Postgres and Redis. Okay, so that will take a few minutes to deploy. We can talk about those manifests. The Postgres, it is creating a volume set that will scale dynamically up to 100 gigs. Default minimum is 10 gigs. You see here, normally for production, you would want to store the secret in control plane and have it render the secret from the control plane secret. Here we are referencing the storage that we configured in this manifest already. And we're just using some basic usernames and passwords. Again, those would normally be secrets. And we are restricting any external comms in or out. This is a purely internal service. All right, and then the Redis, and just using the simple password here. And you would normally set up an identity, a policy, and access to secrets. And again, this is an internal service only. All right, let's see how that's doing. See, those services are ready. You can see there's the volume set for Postgres. All right, moving on to Nautobot. All right, so the Nautobot workload is actually 3 instances of Nautobot container, and each instance has a specific task, whether it's a web, worker, or scheduler, and you can see we're using the YAML, anchor, and aliases to simplify the manifest. So for production, normally you would want these in their own workload so they can scale independently according to load. But for this demo, this will work fine. And let's go ahead and look at the README. Oops. Let's go ahead and set a Nautobot secret key. So we're going to run this pwgen command, generate a long string. Okay, we're going to copy that into Nautobot combo YAML. Okay. Then we're going to apply the Nautobot-combo YAML. And we're going to use the demo GVC. All right. Now this one will take about 15 minutes to get ready. Refresh the workload list for this GVC demo. What you can do is you can watch the logs. And the one you want to watch is the web. So the deployments, these will show up as ready once they're ready. So that will take about 15 minutes. We'll be back when it's ready. All right, we're back, and the Nautobot portal is up, but we didn't create a user yet, a super user yet. Let me make a comment here before we continue. So if you have a subdomain configured for your GVC, and you will need it for the Nautobot deployment, is that you would have to wait until, even after the workload's ready, you've got to wait until the subdomain for your workload is assigned. And you'll also have to have that in your settings. So you'll notice in Nautobot combo YAML, I've got here the demo, right? Demo subdomain of the parent domain. And also here, Nautobot DB host, where it's using the internal name of the workload. And so you'll need to update your Nautobot-combo YAML to with your own subdomain and workload local names, internal names. All right, so once that's set up, once that's ready, we're going to go ahead and log into the web container of the Nautobot workload and run these commands. You need to log into your container. We're going to go into connect. And you can either click the connect button here, or you can use copy the command to connect using cpln. We'll go ahead and do that. Okay, and notice that here it is using the bash shell. With Alpine containers, lightweight containers, you'll probably need to use sh instead. Okay, so we are in, and we're going to run these commands. The Nautobot server migrate. If you log in before the migrations are complete, you'll need to run this command. Oops. All right, the migration should be complete in this case. But we're just going to run that to make sure everything is. Go ahead and give that a minute to run. All right, no migration to apply, that's fine. Go ahead and create the super user. And we're just going to use Nautobot. Using a fake email address here, and using Nautobot as the password. Okay, super user created successfully. You can check that. All right, and here we are in the Nautobot portal. Right, and the locations, right? You can add a location type. So here you'll have to go through the Nautobot documentation and see how you want to set up your organization. So for locations, you will need to add a location type first. No parent, we'll call this a site, region, sites, type, and that's, so you probably want parent region is a site, data centers. Sorry. Okay. Oh, and you probably do want to check. All right, so now we can add a location, go to locations, location type, region, no parent, name, North America, okay. Right, and then you would fill out this. Right, it's just a quick exercise to show that Nautobot is working. You can configure it, and it does work with API as well as, if not better than, Netbox. You'll notice that it's, even with kind of moderate resources, it's responding quite well, not too laggy or getting page timeouts. Right, so let's look at the life cycle here. So if you wanted to suspend the workload, you'd want to suspend all your workloads. Now the suspend command is using the workload names, not the file names. So go ahead and let's suspend these. Oh, need done, right? Fix that later. Exit out of the container. Let's go ahead and suspend the workloads for CPLN workload stop, and then your GDC, in our case it's demo. Then for the if statement, we need to put done. Oops. Oh, right. So we actually call this express. Okay. So let's see. Oh, not about DB. Sorry about that. I'll update the documentation. Okay, there we go. Now, if we look at the workloads, it will take a minute to get suspended. Okay, you can see that they're not ready. If you wanted to get them running again, you would do workload start. Right, workload start. And then if you want to just delete it for the purpose of this demo, this was the temporary installation. We'll go ahead and delete it. This, we are going to reference the manifest in order to make sure the volume sets get destroyed. You see here, demo. All right, check out workloads, refresh. Okay, so the workloads are gone. No volume sets, and that's it. All right, so I've included a section here, pricing, and this is from August 25th, 2025. So if you're seeing this at a later time, go ahead and check the link here, pricing, and see that here. Or you can check the pricing based on how much CPU, RAM, storage, and whatnot you intend for your workload. And I've already done that here just for the Nautobot containers. So it comes out to about $100 a month, not including bandwidth. So yeah, see if go ahead and check that out for yourself and see if it'll work for you. Thanks and good luck.